Brigham Young had access to the journals of Dominguez and Escalante. He had the words of Jefferson Hunt that there was iron here, and iron was essential. Brigham Young famously says, iron we must have, because it's not just about nails and hammers, it's about survival. Because back then, there's no fortified vitamins, right? To get iron in your body, you cooked in the cast iron skillet, and the iron came off in your food, and you consumed it. So it was essential for survival at this point. So what he does is he knows there's iron here. He dispatches Parley P. Pratt, who was an early Mormon apostle, to come down here in 4950 to explore the area. And he gets down into Parowan. And at the time, there was a lake in Parowan that was salty. And so they called it the Little Salt Lake. And so Parley P. Pratt saw this as a divine stamp of approval. This is the place that they should establish. And they find the iron. And so they build a city and a community in Parowan. They call it the mother town here. Then Brigham Young calls people to this iron mission. So not to get converts, but specifically to produce iron for the benefit of the saints.
Interesting.
So they do, right? And so they call this people, but nobody answers the call. Right? We have this idea that Brigham Young ruled with an iron fist and the lion of the Lord, but there is time and time again where Brigham Young said, you should do this, and the collective group of some saints said, yeah, that's not going to happen. We're not gonna
We're not working the mines.
We're not going to do that. Right? So no one said, they asked for volunteers. No one volunteered. And then Brigham Young says, okay, if you're not going to volunteer, as the prophet of God, I'm going to call you. So I am asking you as the prophet to go down here. And so they do. So George A. Smith, who's an apostle, leads people. And these wagons they build are not like frontier cross-the-plain wagons. They're like motorhomes. They have stoves in them because they're coming down in the winter because they need to get here so they can sow the crops, right? They can plant early in the spring. So Brigham Young does. Interestingly, one guy that he wants to go is named John D. Lee, who's famous or infamous, depending on how you want to think about it. And John D. Lee says, I'm not going to go until Brigham Young comes and tells me himself. And so Brigham Young did. So they come down here, Parowan, they set up the community. They realize that Parowan is just a little too far away. So they come into the Cedar Valley because in the spot where we are now is almost equal distant from the iron on to the west and the coal, which is in the canyons to the east.